This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, hi there, hello there. It's Jeff Carradine. Welcome you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, January the 11th, 2004, almost 20 years ago, one of the greatest plays in NFL divisional round history happened. Everyone will know, every football fan will know the words 4th and 26. But for those of you who don't know, let me give you a bit of a refresher. So, it's the 2004 NFL playoffs. The Philadelphia Eagles are the 1 seed in the NFC, meaning they were the best team in the conference. Green Bay won the NFC North. Now, how Green Bay got the North was huge because they beat Denver on the final day of the season. However, that was not the main story. The main story was Minnesota, who started at 6-0, had a chance to make the playoffs. All they had to do was beat the woeful Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. But then for some strange reason, Josh McCown threw a perfect throw to Nate Poole, who got his feet in the end zone. Well, he was pushed out, which meant at the time that if you would have had both feet in the end zone, both feet in bounds, you would have caught the ball. Nathan Poole would be a cult hero in Green Bay and actually got the key to the city. Anyway, so the Packers had to play in the wild card game because they were not top two. And that was the game the week prior that saw Green Bay win in overtime, thanks to Matt Hasselbeck saying, "We want the ball, we're going to score." And then Al Harris picked him off, pick six, touchdown, and the 03-04 Packers were going to win. So, came January 11th. Now, the winner of this game would face Carolina in the conference final. Carolina shocking the Rams in double overtime on Steve Smith's touchdown reception. New England narrowly beat the Titans 17-14. It was actually huge that the Titans almost got the Patriots' goat. And then the Colts beat the Chiefs 38-31 in one of the great shootouts of NFL history. That's when, the Colts and Chiefs did not have a punt their entire game. So it's 4th and 20. And then came the 4th and 26 game. The Eagles actually won against the Packers in the regular season, 17-14. In fact, this was only the second time the postseason would have a Packers-Eagles matchup. The first was the famous 1960 NFL title game, which the Eagles beat the Packers. Thanks to Chuck Bednarik. So, Fox had the broadcast with their main man, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And the Packers started out fast, 14-0. After a fumble recovery, Brett Favre threw a touchdown pass to Robert Ferguson. The Eagles missed a field goal, and then Favre to Ferguson, 14-0 Green Bay. Wow, Green Bay was going to go for face Carolina and host because Green Bay was the better seed. So Green Bay was hoping to host the NFC title game. However, in the second quarter, McNabb led the Eagles on a drive and passed to Deuce Staley to make it 14-7. Nothing else happened till the early fourth quarter when Donovan McNabb passed a touchdown to Todd Pinkston, tying the game at 14s. Ryan Longwell kicked the field goal to make it 17-14, and the Eagles were in trouble. So anyway, the Eagles were in it. Deuce Staley got a good run, and then McNabb threw an incomplete pass. Okay, so it's 2nd and 10. Unfortunately, they false started, which meant 5 more yards were added, so it's 2nd and 15. And then they got sacked. And then making it 3rd and 26, and then McNabb threw an incompletion. So it was 4th and 26. The Eagles were in deep trouble. 26 yards is hard to get on a first down. They only had 1 timeout and 1:12 left. McNabb threw a route to Freddie Mitchell, who caught the ball deep in the Packers secondary. A couple of defenders bit on the slant. And Freddie Mitchell surprised a lot of people by making the reception and then scrambling, getting brought down at the Packers 46, which was just enough to get them the first down. So Freddie Mitchell's forward progress got him to the first down. So they did more than 26 yards on that play. After a few more plays, David Akers kicked a 37-yard field goal to tie the game and forced overtime. For the second straight week, the Packers were playing an overtime playoff game. And almost like always with Brett Favre, he threw a terrible interception when the chips were down. We remember Favre's interceptions that cost the Packers against the Giants in the 2008 NFC title game. And, of course, screwing up for the Vikings against the Saints in the 2010 NFC championship game. But, yeah, he made it. Akers went for a 31-yard kick. Now, the Packers called timeout to ice him. Unfortunately, they wanted to go do a second timeout to ice him again, but you can't call back-to-back timeouts. So a couple of Packer players were really trying to call timeout, but Akers kicked the field goal through the goalpost, and the Eagles won. The Packers' defensive coordinator was actually fired 5 days after the game. The Eagles got to the NFC title game on home turf, and it looked like they were going to break that jinx. Not so fast. The Eagles lost on home turf 14-3. Carolina shocked them. You know, it was just dominant. The Eagles and Packers would actually meet the next season in Philadelphia, but the Eagles crushed them 47-17. The Packers did get to the playoffs, losing to Minnesota thanks to Randy Moss's fake moon. And the Eagles got to Super Bowl 39, but lost to the Pats. The Markov chain probability of a series of football offense. What are the odds that a drive containing a 4th and 26 from the 25 would end with a field goal? The odds were 1 out of 175. So, anyway, it was huge and all that. At 4th and 26, it's hard to get Pat. If you're got a 4th down with 20 plus yards left, the probability is low. But they did it. The Eagles did it. They got to the NFC title game. I wish it was a Cinderella story, but stupid Carolina made their own Cinderella story. But good news for Eagles fans, the Pats got them back, even though that it took a last-second field goal. So you're welcome, I guess. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.